Success in sports can be cruel. One moment, you're standing on top of the world, and the next, everything comes crashing down. Tennis has given us some of the greatest athletes in history, but it has also seen some of the most heartbreaking downfalls. Today, we're diving into the incredible rise and tragic decline of Mark Philippoussis, a tennis prodigy who went from competing on the biggest stages of the sport to struggling with financial ruin and, at one point, being homeless. How does a man who once had it all, fame, fortune, and Grand Slam glory, lose everything? What went wrong? And could it have been prevented? Let's unravel the story of Mark Philippoussis, a cautionary tale of talent, bad decisions, and the brutal reality of professional sports. Early promise: the making of a tennis star. Born in Melbourne, Australia in 1976, Mark Philippoussis was destined for greatness from an early age. His father, Nick Philippoussis, was a strict coach who pushed him to his limits, believing his son could be one of the best in the world. And for a while, it seemed like he was right. Mark was a natural. Standing at 6 feet 5 inches with a booming serve and raw power that few could match, he had the perfect physique for the modern game. His game was built on aggression, big serves, heavy forehands, and a fearless attitude. By the time he was a teenager, he was already dominating the junior circuit. At just 16 years old, he won the Australian Open junior title and quickly transitioned to the professional tour. By 1996, at just 19, he broke into the ATP Top 50. He wasn't just another promising young player, he was something special. The media quickly labeled him the next big thing, and Australia, a country that had produced tennis greats like Rod Laver, Ken Rosewall, and Pat Rafter, saw him as their next champion. The hype was real, but could he live up to it? The peak, Grand Slam final, and Davis Cup. Glory Philippoussis wasn't just a rising star, he was delivering big results. One of his most impressive performances came in 1998 at the US Open, when he stunned world number 1 Pete Sampras in the third round. This wasn't just any win, it was a statement. Sampras was in his prime, but Philippoussis took him down in straight sets, leaving the tennis world in shock. His fearless, aggressive style made him a fan favorite, and his powerful serve earned him the nickname Scud, after the missile. By 1999, he was consistently ranked in the world's top 10. His game had everything: firepower, confidence, and an ability to take down the best players in the world. Then came 2003, the peak of his career. That year, he reached his first and only Grand Slam final at Wimbledon. On the other side of the net, a young Swiss player named Roger Federer, playing in his first major final. This match would mark the beginning of Federer's reign over the sport. Philippoussis fought hard, using his massive serve to keep Federer at bay. But Federer proved too strong, and Mark had to settle for the runner-up trophy. Despite the loss, his performances in 2003 weren't over yet. Later that year, he led Australia to Davis Cup glory. His performances were legendary, delivering crucial victories that secured Australia's victory over Spain in the final. For a brief moment, he was a national hero. It seemed like everything was finally coming together. He had the talent, the endorsements, and the reputation of a top player. But behind the scenes, cracks were beginning to show. Injuries and the beginning of the decline. If there was one thing that constantly plagued Philippoussis, it was injuries. His powerful playing style took a toll on his body, especially his knees. By the mid-2000s, the injuries started piling up. Multiple surgeries and rehab stints meant he was spending more time off the court than on it. And in tennis, where staying in top shape is crucial, falling behind can be disastrous. Each time he attempted a comeback, his body would betray him. By 2006, his ranking had plummeted. The once feared powerhouse was struggling to string together wins. He was no longer the same explosive player who once terrified his opponents. The reality was sinking in. His career at the top was over, but his problems were just beginning. Financial ruin. Where did all the money go? At his peak, Philippoussis had it all: millions in prize money, lucrative sponsorships, and a lifestyle most could only dream of. So, how did it all disappear? The first major issue was mismanagement. Philippoussis, like many athletes, trusted the wrong people with his finances. His father, who had been a driving force in his career, also handled his money. But instead of securing his son's financial future, there were reports of reckless spending and poor investments. Then came the lavish lifestyle. Mark had a reputation for living large: fast cars, luxurious homes, and an expensive taste in fashion. He was seen dating models, partying with celebrities, and enjoying the high life. But in professional sports, money disappears fast if you're not careful. By 2009, his financial troubles became public. Reports surfaced that he was struggling to pay off his debts. His multi-million-dollar home in Melbourne was repossessed. The man who once had everything was now fighting to keep a roof over his head. The lowest point, from tennis star to homelessness. As his financial problems worsened, so did his personal life. Reports emerged that Philippoussis was living with his parents, struggling to make ends meet. In an interview, he admitted that he had lost almost everything and was forced to rely on family support. At one point, things got so bad that he reportedly had to live out of his car. It was a shocking fall from grace. A former Grand Slam finalist and Davis Cup hero was now in a position no one could have imagined. Attempts at a comeback, reality TV, and senior tour. Desperate for a way back, Philippoussis tried different ventures. He appeared on reality TV, starring in Age of Love, a dating show that, unfortunately, did little to revive his career. He also attempted to return to tennis by playing on the senior tour, but the glory days were long gone. His body could no longer handle the demands of professional tennis, and despite flashes of his old brilliance, he was a shadow of the player he once was. The lessons from his story. Mark Philippoussis' story is a cautionary tale. He had everything: talent, fame, money, but poor financial decisions, injuries, and an unsustainable lifestyle led to his downfall. His journey is not unique in sports. Many athletes struggle with life after the game. Without the right guidance and financial planning, millions can disappear in an instant. Philippoussis' struggles should serve as a lesson to young players. Success isn't just about winning matches, it's about planning for the future. Where is he now? Today, Mark Philippoussis has managed to find some stability. He has moved on from the worst of his struggles and has focused on coaching and mentoring young players. While he will never return to his former glory, he seems to have learned from his mistakes and is trying to rebuild his life. He occasionally makes appearances at tennis events and even plays on the Legends Circuit. And while he may not have ended up as one of the sport's greatest champions, his story will always be remembered as one of the most dramatic rises and falls in tennis history. If you are tired of feeling stuck in your tennis journey, training hard but not seeing real results, struggling with injuries, inconsistency, or feeling like you're not reaching your true potential, is because you're not doing what the pros do. The difference between staying where you are and playing like a pro isn't just talent, it's having the right system, mindset, and support. That's exactly why I created the Tennis Motivation Academy, for players who refuse to settle. If you're serious about leveling up, this is your shortcut. You'll get the Become a Pro Player Guide, so you train with the same structure as top athletes. Elite fitness routines, so you move faster, hit harder, and outlast your opponents. Injury prevention system, because pain shouldn't hold you back. A private community of winners, because who you surround yourself with matters. Spots are limited and doors won't stay open forever. If you keep doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting the same results. Don't wait, take action now. The link is in the description. That's it for today. If you like this kind of videos, leave a like, subscribe, and comment what video would you like to see next. See you in the next one.